Hey, John here. Here's the lick of the day number 130. It's another pentatonic lick. I'm going to play it once slowly and then break the whole thing down. And as I'm breaking it down, I'm going to share some practice advice you can apply to this one and pretty much anything else you're working on. If you want tabs, you have a link in the description below or by clicking right here on the screen. We start here on the 17th fret of the high E string. Alright, as you saw, this is a kind of a two-part lick. Both parts use the A minor pentatonic throughout. We're going to start here with the alternate pick part, and basically based on a 10-note pattern, it goes like this. So the first half of that is very easy. You just start here on 17, you go 17, 20, 22. So you go just all the way to the top and then back. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then the next part, you use the same frets on the B string, but now the sequence is going to go, if we number the notes from left to right, 1, 2, 3, the sequence goes 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1. So if we put those together, we get a 10-note sequence. And then we end up here on 15, and then we repeat the same thing, just conforming our fingers to the A minor pentatonic scale. But if we put them together, and that's a really good thing to practice actually, just do that much. Because this shift here with a downstroke, that's something you can look out for when you play this faster. So you have these kind of milestones to shoot for. So you don't feel like you start here and then you have a bunch of notes that you need to play until you reach the end here on the 12th fret. So instead you have these waypoints basically. So you go down, 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 down. So the sequence won't be completely, completed at the very end here, but we'll get to that point soon. So the next section then is just going to be the same sequence, 5 notes, and then these 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, and a shift. But the fingering here is going to be 15, 17, 20 on the B string, and then we have 14, 17, 19 on the G string, and then we shift down to the 12th fret of the G string. So we go put those together and keep track of the downstrokes. Down, down. All right, great. Then we'll continue on here, and next thing is going to be very easy. It's same fingering on both the G and the D string, same sequence as well. So we got 12, 14, 17 on both G and D. We have that sequence, and then the 2, 1, 3, 2, 1. And shift down to 10. And then finally we have 10, 12, 14 on the D string and 10, 12, 15 on the A string. So we go that far. So we do basically do the first half, and then we do 2, 1, 3, 2. And that's where I'm ending that run. So the whole picking run, down, 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 down. After that, we're going to go into this sweep and tap. This is a very sort of flashy 80s flurry of notes type of effect. I really like it. So just sliding in to the 12th fret, and then I'm going to go up this A minor 7 arpeggio. Really fancy, I know. So basically we're going to go up 12, 15, then we have 14, 12, 13, 12, and then 15, 17. So the way that I pick this is down, hammer, down, 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 hammer, hammer. And these two hammers will give you time to move your picking hand, and you can tap. And I suggest that you tap with your third finger in this case, because you don't have that much time. I mean, I've seen Paul Gilbert do this a lot, and that works for him. And I also think Michael Romeo tends to tap with the index finger as well. So you absolutely can make that work if you want. But I prefer the sound of the index finger, but I think it's easier to do with the third finger in this case. So just experiment and see what works best for you. So we're gonna tap here on 20, yeah, 20, so. And then just go down the minor pentatonic. So that's gonna be, we have 20. I think it's easiest if you just break down the hands. So we got 20, 19, 19. So very easy in the right hands, and we skip a string as well. So you go E string, G string, A string, right? Fairly easy to do. And then we have 3 notes here in the left hand. So we're gonna go 20, and then we have 17, 15, 12. Then we go 19, and left hand will be 17, 14, 12. And then the A string will be the same left hand pattern as the high E string. And we tap on 19, and then we get 17, 15, 12. So all together. And then I slide back to the flat 7 here and end the lick like that. Practice-wise here, I would break this one down as well, so make sure you can go this far. Whoops, don't do that. So you can do that once you can get that fairly consistently. Really annoy people with this. Then you can start adding the descending tapping thing as well. And when you work on the descending tapping thing, make sure that you sync up the pinky, in this case, because that's going to be the first note in the left hand whenever you change strings, and the tapping notes. So you want to get them together like this, not like that. And why that is because if you do this, you're basically going to ensure that you have a note ready to go after you've tapped. And that's a very important thing when you try to play this faster. Oops. Just makes it flow much easier. So, because once you get the pinky down, the other fingers will follow suit. And you also have a little bit more time as well, so. And I don't want to give you the impression here that I'm just, you know, when I learned this, I was like, oh, these are the notes. And I basically just, you know, it just worked. I had to work on this very slowly as well. So basically sitting around like this. It does really help though to, you know, practice very slowly and try to coordinate your hands in a way that when you get here, try to make sure that when you hit this note, your right hand is in place already. So, because then you don't have to stress that much. So it's gonna be sort of like just a natural reaction for you. So you can just do it automatically after a while. Because when I did that now, I did not think about anything, you know. So, and that's, I think, when you get it to that place, that's when you really know that you got it. But the only way that I know to get to that place is to do it really consciously as you practice it. Because it only makes sense, because what's happening here, we're giving instructions to our brain, right? Or the brain gives instructions to our hands, but we must program our brain correctly to be able to do that. Because if you just, you know, sit down and just go for it right away, you don't have any solid foundation to build this speed off of. So really make sure that you take it super easy. All right, that's it for this one. As you might have noticed or not, is I have changed the format a little bit, so I include the practice advice as I'm teaching the lick now. It would be really good if you could just say, you know, yeah, I like that better, or I like the other way better. Yeah, so I know going forward what you guys prefer, because believe it or not, I'm doing this for you guys, because I know these licks already. So I'm just trying to help anyone who likes this kind of stuff to get better a little bit faster. So yeah, if you have any questions other than that, just post them below. Otherwise, hope you enjoyed it and see you in the next one.